Hello, welcome to week 15 of the NFL weather and picks discussion. Little tongue tied here as it has been a crazy sports year in general for me. As you know, I'm a Mets fan. So, yeah, it's been a tough 24 hours. But let's talk about football, which has been equally tough as a Chiefs fan. We'll talk about the Chiefs in a moment. Last week was a really bad week for me. I was 5-9, one of the worst week I've had in terms of picks. Overall, I'm 123-84, so we'll see if we can improve this week. So let's take a look at some of the games here. First of all, we start with Atlanta at Tampa Bay. Thursday, 8:15, looking for scattered cloud cover, temperatures in the lower 50s, not too much of a weather impact. I'm expecting Tampa Bay to take this game, and it's going to be a close game. These teams are both evenly matched, in my opinion, but I think Tampa Bay is just a little bit better, so I think they'll take care of Atlanta. Next, we go to the Sunday games, starting with Cleveland at Chicago. Scattered cloud cover, bone-chilling cold temperatures in the single digits with any type of wind. It's going to push your wind chill below zero. So it's going to be a very, very cold environment. Cleveland at Chicago. Going to go with Chicago here, but not by much. Again, it's going to be one of those 7-10 type games because everyone else is going to be trying to stay warm in those conditions. Next, we go Baltimore and Cincinnati. Much like Kansas City, Baltimore has been a big disappointment this year, and it's hard to pinpoint exactly what is going wrong with Baltimore. Kansas City is a little bit more clearer, but I think Cincinnati is going to try to pull this game out in the fourth quarter, probably the last drive. It's going to be one of those tight games. It's a year where I'm seeing Baltimore have a lot of mistakes and kind of have a lot of self-inflicted wounds. Looking for a scattered cloud cover for the game. Temperatures again in the lower teens, so it's going to be a very, very cold day. Then we go to the Chargers at Kansas City. And yep, I'm picking against the Chiefs on this one. And it's not that I don't believe in Patrick Mahomes. That's pretty much the only one I really trust in the team right now. Or the defense is absolutely amazing. The problem is that you cannot win against a team that, look, in all intents and purposes, is a playoff team like the Chargers with most of your offensive line injured and a lot of replacements. As a result, I mean, for most of the year, they've been making a lot of mistakes, a lot of injury mistakes. But then you combine that with the injuries on the offensive line, the fact that Patrick Mahomes literally has to run every down, which is making him force in bad errors because he's trying to do too much. In fact, one of the worst statistics was that he led in rushing yards for the team. When you have the quarterback leading in rushing yards for the team, that is a very, very bad sign. And in 4 of the games where he has led, they are 0-4. So you don't have a good line and you don't have much in the way of running backs. You're not going to win. So unfortunately, I'm going with the Chargers here. Expecting clear skies, temperatures in the lower 20s. Not too bad, but still a bit chilly out there. Then we get to some fun games. Buffalo at New England. Buffalo, who was thought to basically take the AFC East at the start of the season, is facing the upstart New England Patriots, who appear to have been returning back to form that we knew of in the 90s and in the 2000s. This is going to be a very, very tight game. I think it's going to go down to the fourth quarter. I'm going to lean towards New England here, but I can see Buffalo pulling this game out. It's going to be very interesting to watch. And along with that, there will be some scattered snow showers around the region. Not enough to really have too much of an impact on the game, but don't be surprised to see some snow showers out there. Temperatures in the lower 30s. Then we go Washington at New York Giants. The Giants are hard to figure out. They play really well, but not well enough to win. That's the best way I could describe the Giants. But I'm going with them to beat Washington because, well, it's Washington. They're not really good at either. And again, this is going to be one of those games where whoever makes the bigger mistake is going to lose that game. So I'm going to go with the Giants here, expecting scattered snow showers with temperatures in the upper 20s. Las Vegas at Philadelphia. Philadelphia should handle Las Vegas very easily. Not much to talk about there. Again, look for snow showers exiting the region with some more steadier snow in the morning. Temperatures in the upper 20s. Then we got New York Jets at Jacksonville. easy cakewalk for Jacksonville. The Jets will put up a fight, but Jacksonville's just much better. Look for sky cloud cover, temperatures in the lower 70s. Another one indoor game here that we have is Arizona at Houston. No weather impacts. We're expecting Houston to pull out this game against Arizona. Green Bay at Denver. I'm going with Denver for the win here. They have reached a point where they basically believe in themselves and they play at a high level, mistake-free football, very, very solid team. Look for sky cloud cover, temperatures in the lower 50s. Detroit at LA Rams, going with Detroit for the win here. They're just a much better team than the Rams. Look for sky cloud cover, temperatures in the upper 60s. Another indoor game, excuse me, Carolina at New Orleans, going with Carolina for the win here. Again, indoor, no real significant weather impacts there. Tennessee at San Francisco. Look, San Francisco has had a rough year, but they are much better than Tennessee. So going with sky cloud cover, temperatures in the upper 60s. Indianapolis at Seattle. This is a tough one because Seattle is okay. They're playing well enough to make some noise. Indianapolis seems to be in a free fall. Okay, now this is why there is still a by 10 to 12% chance the Chiefs can make the playoffs, because Indianapolis is just free falling right now. So if the Chiefs somehow pull off a win, or basically win out all the way through, and Indianapolis basically continues to lose, yeah, there is hypothetically a chance the Chiefs could actually be in the playoffs. And the reason why is because Indianapolis lost their quarterback, unfortunately. So I'm going with Seattle for the win here. Expect rain, periods of rain, heavy at times, temperatures in the lower 50s. Minneapolis, or should I say Minnesota at Dallas. Going with Minnesota here. They're just a better team than Dallas. I think Dallas is going to trip over themselves on this game. Expect no weather impacts, though, indoor game. And, of course, Miami at Pittsburgh. Going to go with Pittsburgh here for the win, mostly because it's going to be so cold. Temperatures in the upper teens, flurries. I know Miami occasionally can win a cold game, but I'm not going to go with 2 weeks in a row of them being able to pull that out. So I'm going to go with Pittsburgh here for the win. Those are my picks and the weather forecast for the NFL. We'll see how I do. And in the meantime, stay safe out there.